The Malaysia Hotel was opened in December 1967. It's got a fascinating history. It was one of those hotels that was frequented by American GIs on R&R from the Vietnam War. After they left, it became the first backpackers hotel in Bangkok. Later in life, it was used to film part of Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams, and it also inspired a French punk rock band to make a song about Malaysia Hotel, and it was also the very first hotel that was featured in #1 edition of Lonely Planet, and it's still open today, and you can get a room with your very own slice of history for less than 1,000 Thai baht a night. It was a 120-room hotel over 6 floors, and it became very popular amongst American GIs at the time of the Vietnam War, partially because it's quite close to the American Embassy, but it's also close to Lumphini Park, and it's also very close to Patpong Market and the nightlife there, which is probably very popular with the GIs. Other things that this hotel was famous for. Well, the very first Lonely Planet guide, the authors of that, their first book was called Across Asia on the Cheap. And that was the forerunner of all the Lonely Planet guides that are still going so strongly today. And they featured the Malaysia Hotel in it. So really it's the first featured hotel of all of the Lonely Planet guides in the world. Another thing that not many people know is that they converted one of the rooms on the 2nd floor into the film set for Good Morning Vietnam. And that scene where Robin Williams goes, "Good morning Vietnam!" was actually recorded in this very hotel. Now you might think that the name Malaysia Hotel just comes from the country of Malaysia, but the real story is that the family that owned it, they're now on the 3rd generation, had the name Ma in their name, which actually means horse in Thailand, and they just thought that sounded like Malaysia, kind of play on words, and that's where the name of this hotel came from. Now, if you'd come here with the GIs about 50-something years ago, you'd have been charged 120 Thai baht for one night here. But after the Americans pulled out of Vietnam, they didn't have the demand here, so they reduced the room rate down to just 60 Thai baht per night. Now I'm staying here in 2025, it's still less than 1,000 Thai baht, so it's still a cheap place to stay. And there was even a song named after this hotel in 1983, a French punk band, I'd never heard of them, but they had a song where the question was, why do you stay at the Malaysia Hotel? And I guess today the answer is, it's a slice of history that's fast fading away from Bangkok. The notice board in reception was quite legendary. There used to be advice on there, tips on immigration, things about the local tuk-tuk drivers or the local transport. It's not used for that anymore, but it is used for a different purpose, which is to honour those people who have kept on coming back to this hotel every year for 20 years or more. Their photos are on there to be immortalised forevermore. The Malay restaurant is open for 24 hours. Imagine how many people have eaten there, including me having my breakfast there this morning at 135 baht for an American breakfast, including bread, including fruit and including coffee. This hotel is a fascinating place just to walk around. Let's have a look outside. Let's have a look around the room. You've got a nice double bed there, very firm, and I think a good night's sleep with 2 soft cushions or pillows on there. You've got a sofa in the corner, you've got a very nice chair and writing table. You could even write an airmail back to your friends in your country. Not sure people do that anymore, but nevertheless, some lovely postcards available. You've got 3 bottles of water. What's in the fridge? Nothing actually in the fridge apart from one of those bottles. You've got a kettle and some small cups and saucers. I couldn't find any coffee or tea, but anyway, I'm sure if you asked they would give it to you. You've got plugs and switches next to the bed. You've also got a flat screen TV. Every room has its own router for Wi-Fi, and I'll put the speeds of the Wi-Fi on screen now. Air conditioning is old style. You can just get a small hum from the air conditioning. Works fine. In fact, it's pretty damn cold, to be honest with you.
Damn hot, real hot.
Over in the closet or the wardrobe, there's no in-room safe in these places. There are safety deposit boxes behind reception, but not actually in the room. There are 2 nice bathrobes though, and then if you go into the bathroom, I think some of the original rooms had a bathtub. This one has got a walk-in shower. The temperature on the shower is a little bit up and down, to be honest, and there is a slight aroma coming out of the drains, but it's all authentic, so maybe you have to put up with that. And then you've got a fire escape outside. One thing about the fire escapes here actually, or the fire doors to be particular, is they were apparently funded by the American Army because they wanted secure fire doors to protect their troops in the event of a fire, so they paid for those. And just outside the room you can see that I can open the window here. There's no balcony, and these things outside were actually added I think around the 50th anniversary of the hotel to make it look a bit more modern. They're gold from the outside when you look in. Other than that, just a view down to the road. Some people have said in reviews it can get a little bit noisy inside. This room is on the 6th floor, and as a top tip, the higher floors tend to be that little bit quieter. But should you stay in 2025? Well, it's never going to be the most modern of hotels, even though it's had renovations since it was built. But it is something that takes you back in time and makes you feel part of that shared history of Bangkok. If that's something that's interesting to you, why not give this place a try? It's so different from the modern day hotels. It will give you that extra variety, and I found it a really interesting place to stay for a night or two. If this is the kind of hotel that interests you, I'm doing a series about historical hotels in Bangkok, so don't forget to subscribe so that you see the rest of those. But from now at the Malaysia Hotel in Bangkok, bye for now, see you next time.